hello. Welcome one and welcome all to the one and the only Junk Shop Library channel, where every once in a while we do actually go live when scheduled. Sometimes also old Junk Shop gets creative with their scheduling, and then they sleep through their own stream. So, this is the 150. Hey, Linda. Thank you for coming back. This is the 150 subscriber celebration stream, take 2. Because as we all know, if there's one way to maintain one's audience, it's to promise a big whoop-de-doo stream and then not show up for it. Hello, hey Brainbug, hey Dave. You people are so kind to old Junk Shop. Hey, Morton in the house. All right. Well, this is even more impromptu and off the cuff than it was originally supposed. Godless Granny says, good morning. Godless Granny got jokes. Thank you all so much for coming. I don't know what we're going to be doing today. I mostly just wanted to do an impromptu stream just to make sure I could. Now, the original time was originally set up because I wanted to make sure it was at a reasonable time. Hey, Nerdy, good to see you, my friend. I wanted to make sure it was at a reasonable time for my largely overseas regular audience. And then what did I do? I slept through my alarm and I did not get up at a reasonable hour. And here we are. I'll tell you what the original plan was, and you will laugh at me. Oh, yeah, Morton's got jokes, too. Dear. I'm just gonna slide down in shame and humiliation. All right, well, my original plan was to do the most YouTube-y thing ever to YouTube. I was gonna open this on my phone in my car in vertical video mode, just as a funny. And then I realized I wouldn't be able to see the chat. And what's the point in doing a 150 celebration / AMA if you can't see the AMA part of it? I also got to apologize for the condition of this this poor, long-suffering fish tank you see behind me. I've got a goddamn algae bloom that happened literally overnight, and I got to go to the pet store later and get something toxic to kill all the plants. Godless Granny says, I only missed morning by about 10 minutes. Yeah, well. I do appreciate all of y'all being here. I love seeing y'all, even if it is late. Oh, Dave, don't eat the glitter. You'll regret that later. So, how are y'all doing? What are we all doing here? Y'all ain't got anything better to do than hang out with old Junk Shop in the middle of the night? I know a couple of y'all it's not the middle of the night. One of y'all actually in my time zone. All right, so this is the 150 subscriber celebration stream. I have Finding Beetles. Cool. What have you found so far, Brain Bug? I used to love going bug hunting when I was a kid. You know, you turn over the rocks, you see what's underneath, you see if you can figure out what it is with a Peterson field guide. That was about the extent of my experience and expertise. I'm not one to be able, at least at the time, and for that matter now, not one to be able to rattle off the Latin names for them at the drop of a hat like old Brainbug is. Nerdy is training neural networks. My. Stag beetle visited us last night. That's awesome. Stag beetles are cool. We don't really have them around here. We're pretty much limited to lightning bugs and June beetles. Not real interesting except when they mob the exterior light. Okay, so I was going to, and for that matter, I am celebrating crossing the threshold of 150 subscribers, which I did over the weekend. I have no idea who numbers 150, 151, and 152 are, but y'all are most welcome, and I thank you for joining Old Disorganized Junk Shop in the library. It's just coffee, and you better believe it's coffee. When I first started this channel back in January of last year, I was ranting into the dark about the Bible, and it never fucking occurred to me that anybody would want to listen to it. I thought I was just going to be yelping into the weird corners of the internet and probably getting made fun of by Christian trolls. And now I've got all of y'all. Y'all are here with me on a regular basis and interacting with each other and with me and enjoying plowing through the goddamn mess that is the word of the Lord. And have been, most of y'all, for a year and change. Nerdy Rodent's trying to get me in trouble. He has a quick question. Who is my favorite subscriber? I am not answering that question because I don't have an answer for it. Gun to my head, I had to have an answer for it. I would, of course, say this interesting lady called Julie LaVoice. Alrighty. Morton. Oh, Morton's coming with the dad jokes yet again. Dear. Hello, Paul. Yes, we are on. Old Junk Shop finally dragged his slumbering ass out of bed and got some coffee in him. What time did I start? About 10 fucking minutes ago, because, I overslept my stream by almost 2 goddamn hours and then couldn't figure out whether it was a better idea to reschedule the stream or start up a new one, and here we are. Due to some small blessing of the cosmos and or the tech gremlins, I don't seem to be junk shopping too bad. Of course, now I said it out loud, knock on wood. Might as well keep it up. Yeah. Well, assuming we maintain the same level of blinding quality of content, I will leave it up. All right. So yeah, what was I blathering on about? Oh, yes. Hey, Santy. Good to see you. Welcome. the origins of the channel, as most of y'all probably know, came to me where most brilliant ideas come to one, in the shower. And I ran it by my beautiful wife, and she said, "Oh, go ahead and run with it. I think there's a market for that." And I didn't really believe her, but I started up doing it anyway. And here we are a year and a half later, and there's over 150 people watching the various weird ass shit that I throw out there into the universe. Yes, Julie, exactly. And thank you all. Thank you all for coming back. I honestly didn't expect anybody to return for this. Uh, I underestimated the love that my community has for me, it seems. So thank you. God the Sewing, hello, everybody's good morning. I don't know what time zone you're in, so I don't know if you're giving me shit or if you're actually saying good morning from wherever the hell you are. So yeah, we've got a variety of. Morton asks, "Did I remember to put on pants after my shower?" You are making one major assumption there, my friend. Old Junk Shop did not leave themselves time to shower this morning. I had to do some fish tank related stuff, and I had to fiddle around with technology, and then all of a sudden it was noon. And I realized that it was either go ahead and go at noon or wait until 2, at which point I was going to lose the majority of my international audience, which is the majority of y'all fantabulous folks. So here we are. Brainbug says they'll do the Latin names and I'll do the Hebrew ones. All right, deal. Virtual shake. Let's see. There was something else I had percolating in the old brain pan I was going to tell y'all about or ask y'all about, and I'm drawing a total fucking blank on what it was. No one wears pants while live streaming. I've been known to wear pants while live streaming. Most of the time it's either a pair of jeans that's so beat to shit that I can't wear them in public, or it's a nice comfortable skirt, which for the longer streams tends to be more comfortable because I tend to move around in my fucking chair so much. So, anybody got non-pants related questions? I did decide to go ahead and keep the AMA portion of this. If I'm being honest, largely in an attempt to try to entice some of my non-regular viewers in. I know I've got some folks who don't normally join us for the Bible bashing, either through lack of interest or through being in weird time zones. Because I always go at a time that's convenient for me, and I leave everybody else to their own goddamn devices. Dave wants to know what color pants I am wearing. They are blue. I think technically that's a shade of blue. Nerdy says, "Have I ever considered replacing my chair for a comfortable yoga ball?" No. Never fucking once. For many, many reasons. One of which is that this chair is about the most comfortable thing in this house. Another reason is that I've got all of the integrated balance capabilities of a three-legged stick insect in a hurricane. And also, I hear that while they may be the path to YouTube fame, there's an occasional risk of, how shall we say, unexpected gravity interactions. Oh, that's right. Dave says that's not what he meant by pants. Yeah. Dave goes making assumptions yet again. Julie says, what's my favorite thing about being on YouTube? Making all the friends. And I'm not even kidding. When I first started doing this, and I was just ranting into the dark and occasionally getting thumbs downs from Christians, it was kind of hard to keep going, you know, starting in Genesis and plowing on just day after day. I think I shot the first 6 videos about 2 days. I was shooting on my phone at the time, back in the ugly recliner days of the channel. But over the course of the last, you know, year or so, I've met all of y'all. And I've made some honest to goodness friends, and yeah, you know, some of y'all are content creators, some of y'all are not, and we bounce around to each other's streams and each other's videos, like we did the other day when we raided Unholy Sarah's channel. That was great fun. And then where was it? We went from there over to the farming video on Brainbug's channel, and that was terrific. I love the community aspect of it. I love being connected to so many interesting people from all over the world. That's my favorite thing about being on YouTube. All right, I saw the chat go blurring by while I was talking. Let's see. Oh, Sandy says, why does or where does the Junk Shop Library name idea come from? Well, I knew I needed a name for the channel. And I wasn't going to put up my real name. So I was looking around at the various places in the house where I might film, both immediately when I was getting ready for the first couple of videos and thinking about relocating to other areas in the future. And at one point I said, good Lord, this place is a mess. It looks like somebody set up a junk shop in an abandoned library. That's it! And there we go. And that was 18 months ago, and here we are. Brainbug says, wife wants to know if I participate in any vocal religious overreach protests locally in Tennessee. Not yet. I'm not real plugged into the local community, and I hadn't seen or heard about any. I'd certainly be up for doing it. I just hadn't. So the short answer, no. Hey, it's Stuttering Chris. Christopher, good to see you, my friend. Brainbug says, is it hard to make friends locally? It can be. I'm not a crazy extrovert. I just play one on the internet. And I'm not real good at reaching out and connecting with people face to face and in person personally. I'm naturally a little bit awkward and a little bit introverted, and most of my personal interactions, I'm even hesitant to call them friendships. It's mostly just low grade acquaintanceships that I have, are the people who sell me my fish supplies. See. Dave says, do you like that we know you as Junk Shop? Yeah. In fact, it'd be weird if I got doxxed and my real name was out there, because I would be. It's actually gotten weird in my regular life when people refer to me by my actual name, because I'm not used to it. I'm used to folks referring to me as Junk Shop, and there's a beat usually when folks I actually know in person call me my actual name, and it throws me off for a split second. Just coffee. Saggy says, do I have a favorite author? Yes. Patricia Highsmith, the author of Strangers on a Train, The Talented Mr. Ripley, The Two Faces of January, The Price of Salt, and things of that nature. Oh, and the cry, yes, and The Cry of the Owl, which is actually my personal favorite of hers. I wonder if I can do this. I don't think I've got very much in the way of slack in my camera line. Oh, you can kind of see it up there. Yeah, that whole shelf up there, that's my Highsmith shelf. Everything up there behind the things labeled poison is by Patricia Highsmith. Terrible person, but wonderful author. Brainbug says I'm awkward in person and on YouTube. Nah, you're not. You're self-conscious. You're not used to the YouTubes yet. But yet, one of my favorite things is watching you get all super focused in on your bug stuff, and you just riff like you did on the farm video the other day. That was fantastic. So much fun to watch. Right. Sorry, y'all know that yeah, Paul pointed out, Dave is from the UK, so pants go under your trousers. Yes, exactly. Sanji says, if I were stuck in an island and could have a series of books to read, which would you choose? Series. That's a good question. It doesn't pair well with my Highsmith obsession because she only wrote one series and it's only 5 books and only 3 of them are good. Series books. Probably the bulk of the work of William S. Burroughs, because they all tie in together in a way where I could generously call them a series, even if the time elements and the order are not always clear. They're so gross and so fantastical and so much fun, and there's so much going on. You can get lost in that whole the Doc Benway saga is how I think of it, because Doc Benway is a recurring character that pops up in half of everything Burroughs ever wrote, from Naked Lunch to some of the more realistic stuff. He appears, I'm 90% certain he appears in Junkie and Queer. He certainly appears in the Red Road trilogy, that sort of thing. Oh, and Dave is absolutely right, Brainbug. Your rate of improvement is shocking. Watching just the exponential growth of the quality of the stuff you've been putting out just in the course of the last couple of months is astounding. Stuttering Chris says, I have a bad habit of comparing myself. Oh, trust me. I hear you, my friend. I do hear you. It's amazingly easy to fall down that rabbit hole of looking at people who do similar or analogous stuff and saying, oh, they do this so much better than I, they do that so much better than I, and then you very quickly go to, why do I bother? Why am I doing this? I'm wasting my life! very easy to get very toxic against yourself. And I do understand that. I have that reaction when I'm looking at your TikTok videos, Christopher. Say, why am I even on this platform when he's so much better than I at every fucking thing? God damn it. Santi says, if I could be on any show, including YouTube and any other network, which one would you like to appear on? Hot Ones! We've been watching entirely too much of that lately. If you don't know what it is, that's going to sound weird. I just realized when it was falling out of my mouth into the world. It's a show from the First We Feast umbrella. It's an interview show conducted under the guise of eating not a contest. Eating contests are gross. But what they do is they line up increasingly spicy chicken wings. And apparently the last handful are absolutely fucking brutal. And I do love me some spicy food. Julie says, what's the worst thing about the quarantine? What's the worst? Please don't say being stuck with me all the time. No, being stuck with you all the time is a delight. The worst thing about quarantine is not having options to go out. Given my druthers, under normal circumstances, I would spend most of my time at home. But not having the option to go out and go to a movie, to go out and you know, wander around a mall for no readily discernible reason. And I wish I could take credit for this. This idea. I hadn't really been able to put it into words. Bionic Dance put it into words, and I quickly stole it. But the not having the option to go out. I'm junk shopping. All right, I'm going to kill the camera a second. Sometimes that works. Not having the option to go out is really what bakes my noodle and drives me insane. Yes, Christopher, you're you make these back at your house scene. You go. Oh yeah, editing software. It makes all the difference. How's the audio? I know I was visually junk shopping. Am I roboting? Am I audio junk shopping as well? Let me know, and I'll keep an eye on the chat, because y'all know my StreamYard chat and the delay there. It's always a delight to deal with. Oh yeah, OBS. Yeah, I hear you're working with Dave on your OBS. Man, OBS just absolutely drives me up the fucking wall. Excuse me. Morton points out that if it all goes to Smite, my producer is awake. That's very true. I love that. Going to Smite. That's fantastic. Oh yes, yes. Julie is 100% right. We're getting advice from Nerdy, some Irish guy that Mama Atheist is into, and a couple of crazy Germans. Um, and we're gonna order the new computer piecemeal, and I'm gonna try to put it together myself. I'm so scared. I'm afraid I've got to get myself an anti-static bracelet, among other things. How bad would that suck? It's Amiga Nuts! The king of the shills is in the house. Welcome, my friend. Always good to see you. Um, yeah. The yeah. So it's before too much longer. We should have the hardware issues settled, and then I'm gonna buckle down and start really working my ass off to get accustomed to OBS, because I've tried working with OBS. Some of y'all have seen some of the disaster piece theater episodes on my channel where I've tried to stream through OBS, and I suspect that from the outside it looks pretty comical. From the inside, it's fucking embarrassing and frustrating in equal measure. Um, all right, so that's going to be fine. Putting that computer together, never a technical issue in the good old junk shop. Wait a minute. Yeah, more. Yeah, that's fuck this. I'm putting that up on the screen. He's not wrong. Sam says, "Do I have a favorite wine?" Um, I'm uh, I'm partial to uh, Cabernet Sauvignon, even though I can't really pronounce it. Um, and there's an Australian, an affordable Australian wine called 19 Crimes that we're very very partial to here in the library. Um, they've they've got a great little marketing gimmick, which is I think what sucked in some friends of ours who recommended it to us, and then uh, we got a taste for it. Um, so let's see. Oh wow, it's been half an hour. um, have we further questions? I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. Got some so much percussion of the and Morton. Yes, people with X-Men. Yes. And Julie says, if I want, tell them what our wine is. Yeah, outside of the 19 crimes, we have discovered that we go through a lot of wine, and even more than usual, um, during quarantine. And we have also developed taste for the Franzia that comes in the box. Nothing but class here in the library. We are fantastic connoisseurs of the fruit of the vine, we are. And Amiga Nut's so busy dropping everybody else's links that he forgot to drop his own. And Morton took care of that for us. Thank you, my friend. All right, well, let's see. We've covered wine, we've covered pants, we've covered the origin of the name of the channel. Oh, that's not what you meant?
We don't have a song, we have a wife.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was all confused for a moment and I was thinking about something else. And jokes! Morton reminds us we did cover jokes as well. Sorry, when Julie said what our wine is, I was thinking about our regular fare. We do, in fact, have a wine that we consider to be our wine. Because early on in a relationship, we got very, very lucky rolling the dice on a bottle of wine, which we bought just because of the label. I'm making all my trademark gestures and facial expressions into the camera here. Y'all don't know what y'all are missing by me having my camera shut off. Pardon me. Yes, it's there's an imprimatur of wine called Irony that we're very partial to, and have yet to have a bad one. We've had the Cab, we've had the what's the white one that old white ladies drink? Chardonnay. Thank you, my love. And a couple of others from that brand, and have yet to have a bad one. And that's as much of that story as I'm going to tell y'all here on the internet. But yes, we had good experience with Irony's Cab very early in our relationship. Wiggled my eyebrows like Groucho Marx. Oh, and authors. We covered authors. As I was Santy's there on the screen, and reminded me. Uh, Dave, I can neither confirm nor deny. A gentle person does not kiss and tell. Santy's now going to drink wine. Thank you very much. Yes. I um, it's a little early in the day for me, but I suspect that's where I'm going at some point. Yeah, Julie's exactly right. We don't have a song yet. We've been together what 6 years ish, 6 or 7, and we still don't have our song. We still don't have one.
God, no.
for the fan. I need me. Top of the world! I'm starting to tell my... Y'all are... Okay. And he sees, is my audio okay? Every time he gets to the top of his arc, he yells, 15! 15! Well, the first fellow walks up to Mr. 15 and says, what in the world are you doing? Mr. 15 stops in his leaping for a moment and says, oh, you don't know? This is the best thing in the world. All you do is you leap high in the air and you yell 15 when you get to the top of your arc. And I don't know what it is about it, but the more you do it and the louder you yell, the better you feel. Says just seriously, stand where I'm standing. There's no traffic right now. Stand where I'm standing and give it a shot. So the first guy gives a little hop and says, 15. Mr. 15 says, no. You gotta jump higher and yell louder. It's all in the performance. The guy goes, okay, and he jumps a little higher. And he says, 15. Mr. 15 says, no. Put your back into it. Jump as high as you can. Yell as loud as you can. So the guy says, oh, why the hell not? I could use a little mood boost. So he jumps in the air as high as he can. And he yells, 15! And just as he hits the top of his arc, Mr. 15 grabs hold of the manhole cover, yanks it out of the way, and the first guy falls all the way down into the manhole, and Mr. 15 slides the manhole cover back in place, stands on top of it, starts jumping again. 16! 16! That's my best joke. Amiga Nuts knew what was coming. Yeah, well, it's an oldie but a goodie. Pardon me. Julie says, Sunday is the day for imbibing the sacrament. Yes! Yes! Libations poured out to no one. I don't understand libation. Seems like a waste of perfectly good beverage. There was something I was going to tell y'all. What was it? It may never come back. Little squirrel running around in my brain and zipped off out of the corner of my eye as soon as I turned my focus onto it. Dave says he told a similar joke the other day. Well, it's good to know humor crosses international lines. Wow, we've been going 45 minutes. We're going to be wrapping up here soon. What happened on that wine? On the irony? Well, not a drop of it went to waste. Let me put it that way.
I'm sorry. It made our nephew's wedding terrible.
Oh, well. Yeah. You ain't never lied. Julie says it made our nephew's wedding bearable. That's a story for another day. We've got very and there's hey. We like I said, I'm the 45. I'm also sold. I'm back in so that y'all. And she says I had. Morton. Wow. All right. Well, thank y'all all so much for joining me for this belated and impromptu stream. It wouldn't be right for me to get out of here without thanking my fantabulous patrons. Though you might not know it, to look at the quality of our streams of late, these folks have contributed significantly toward the ongoing improvements in the physical equipment of the library. And once we finally get the new computer and get it up and running, it will be due pretty much exclusively to the contributions of my wonderful patrons over at patreon.com/junkshoplibrary. Oh shit, I didn't update my crawler. Give me 1 second. I got it. Okay, click hide, yes. Edit, yes. Damn it, I knew there was something I forgot to do the other day. 200 out of 200. All right, hallelujah. Save, yes. Show. All right, my patrons. B, new patron there. Brainbug, Mark Caesar, Paul Camish, Kim, Linda, Math Pig, Mama Atheist, Rain, and Santi the Sane. Thank you all so much. It really does mean the world. Anybody got last minute an eyewitness? Oh, good God, Morton. I'm going to bang my head against the wall until I start junk shopping in real life. Lord. Eyewitness. Jesus Christ. Last minute questions, comments, observations, disputations, suggestions, or etc., etc., etc. We will be going live again tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. That's 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 8 UK and 9 Denmark, and I don't know what it is in Germany. I'll get that sorted in my brain one of these days. For improv Bible study, where we will plunge yet again into the incredibly unpredictable book of 2nd Chronicles. Man, y'all thought the Bible was unpredictable before we hit 2nd Chronicles, and good God almighty, it's just gotten wackier. It's so bad it's good. Yep. Oh yeah, thank you, Linda. I forgot to run that over to you the other day. Okay, well, again, thank you all so much for joining me. Even 2 hours after I originally asked you to join me. We'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully, for, as I said, improv Bible study. We will, assuming my computer works here for me to end the broadcast, we'll be ending the broadcast here. As we always say before we head out, everybody take care. Everybody be safe. And remember to fight against hate. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. End broadcast. Yes. Check box.